Business Means Yuka Roy in the studio. Good evening to you. Japan's top car makers are in hot water after being caught cheating on safety tests. This is concerning.
Well, Mark, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Suzuki and Yamaha have all admitted to cutting corners or providing false data in safety tests needed to get vehicle models certified. Between the five companies, 38 models and hundreds of thousands of vehicles were affected over the past decade. Shipments of several models still in production have been suspended. The disclosures come as a result of internal investigations ordered last year by Japan's Transport Ministry in the wake of massive test rigging by Toyota's subsidiary Daihatsu. That scandal led to months of factory closure and a management shake-up at the company. Toyota's chairman held an emergency press conference and apologized.
This kind of conduct undermines the foundation of the vehicle certification system, something car makers must never engage in. To all our clients, motor enthusiasts and stakeholders, I'd like to offer my sincere apologies. I'm very, very sorry.
A long-running plan to build a new gas pipeline running from Russia to China may have hit an obstacle.
Well, the Financial Times reported on Sunday that talks to finalise the deal had stalled over China's demands for lower prices and quantity. Russia has denied this, insisting that there's no doubt an agreement is close. The Power of Siberia 2 would carry gas from Yamal Peninsula in northern Siberia to China via Mongolia, allowing Russia to divert gas that had served the European markets prior to the war in Ukraine. While the first pipeline to China, launched in 2019, sends natural gas from a region not connected to pipeline networks serving Europe, the new one has become crucial as Moscow looked for alternative buyers after the war in Ukraine diminished its European markets. But China's state energy firm has been negotiating hard to get a better deal, exposing the difference of bargaining power between the two countries. Meanwhile, wholesale gas prices here in Europe surged after an outage at a Norwegian processing plant led to a drop in supply. The benchmark front-month contract at the Dutch TTF hub rose to its highest level this year in early afternoon, but slowed down towards the end of the trading day. The majority of the disruptions in Norway is expected to end on Tuesday, Mark.
Now, Yuka, how did global stocks perform on the first day of the trading month? Tell us more.
After starting the day on a weaker note, weighed by some concerns over weak manufacturing data, Wall Street stocks ended the day mixed, with the Dow slipping 0.3 of a percentage point, while the S&P and the Nasdaq eked out gains. Shares in GameStop surged on Monday after a social media post by an account thought to be tied to investor Keith Gill, known as Roaring Kitty, suggested that he was holding $175 million worth of the so-called meme stock.
Roaring Kitty. The mind boggles. A Chinese online fast fashion giant called Shein is reportedly set to go public in London.
Yeah, I mean, that's where people have been amazed at rock-bottom prices, impossible-looking prices. But the company, valued at about $58 billion, the company's filing would be the biggest ever stock market flotation in London, according to media reports in the UK. Despite being criticised for its suspected environmental and human rights records, it would be a major win for the City of London, which last year lost out to a slew of large UK and Irish companies to New York. Vedika Bahal has more.
It's the fast fashion behemoth known for its next-to-nothing prices. After repeated attempts to list its shares in the US, thwarted by frosty Washington-Beijing relations, Chinese firm Shein is poised to list its shares on the London Stock Exchange, with a valuation estimated at around €60 billion. The UK listing would be London's biggest ever stock market flotation. The country's Labour Party, widely expected to take power in the next election, has indicated its support.
Labour has met a range of companies, including Shein, that are looking to invest or list in Britain. Raising investment, productivity and growth is one of Labour's missions for government. We believe the best way to ensure this is to have more companies operating from and regulated by UK law.
Should the float be approved by the listing authorities, Shein would be required to publicise its results. According to the Financial Times, the fashion giant recorded $45 billion in sales and $2 billion in net profit, dominating the online retail market. However, Shein has also garnered fierce criticism by both environmental and human rights groups for unethical business practices, with accusations of forced labour and modern slavery, few or zero eco-friendly materials, abhorrent working conditions and even plagiarism from small businesses. To boost its green credentials, the company launched a resale platform for shoppers in France and the US, with plans to expand it to the UK and Germany.
Very Goberhel with that report, and that's it for business.
Yuka, thank you very much indeed. Yuka Roy there with